This is JD with a new edition of Tuesday's News Pills. Please do like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Now, news is about bits of information, the most important, of course, from north, east, west, and south. So I am here with the bits or pills of information for you. First, Tesla delivered nearly 185,000 vehicles during the first quarter, a record for the company and more than 10,000 above consensus forecasts. The stock jumped 7.6% in the pre-market. The Supreme Court sided Monday with Google in an $8 billion copyright dispute with Oracle over the internet company's creation of the Android operating system used on most smartphones worldwide. To create Android, which was released in 2007, Google wrote millions of lines of new computer codes, but it also used 11,330 lines of code and an organization that's part of Oracle's Java platform. Google had argued that what it did is long settled. Common practice in the industry, a practice that has been good for technical progress. And it said there is no copyright protection for the purely functional, non-creative computer code it used. Something that couldn't be written another way. But Oracle said Google committed an egregious act of plagiarism and it sued. Next, details from more than 500 million Facebook users have been found available on a website for hackers. The information appears to be several years old, but it is another example of the vast amount of information collected by Facebook and other social media sites, and the limits to how dataset was first reported by Business Insider. According to that publication, it has information from 106 countries, including phone numbers, Facebook IDs, full names, locations, birth dates, and email addresses. The problem with US broadband network have been obvious for years. Service costs more than in many other rich nations. It still doesn't reach tens of millions of Americans, and the companies that provide it don't face much competition. Now, the Biden administration is promising to do something about all of those issues as part of its proposed $2.3 trillion infrastructure package. The plan, which would devote $100 billion to get all Americans connected. Now the next news is a very, very interesting piece of news, because Sophia is a robot of many talents. She speaks, jokes, sings, and even makes art. In March, she caused a star in the art world when a digital work she created as part of a collaboration was sold at an auction for $688,888 in the form of a non-fungible token or NFT. David Hanson, CEO of Hong Kong-based Hanson Robotics and Sophia's creator, has been developing robots for the past 2.5 decades. He believes realistic-looking robots can connect with people and assist in industries such as healthcare and education. Sophia is the most famous robot creation from Hanson Robotics, with the ability to mimic facial expressions, hold conversations, and recognize people. In 2017, she was granted Saudi Arabian citizenship, becoming the world's first robo-citizen. Sofia collaborated with Italian artist Andre Bonasetto, who drew portraits of Sofia. Sofia then processed his work via neural networks and proceeded to create a digital artwork of her own. The digital work that sold for $688,888 is titled Sofia Instantiation and is a 12-second video file which shows Bonasetto's portrait evolving into Sofia's digital painting. It is accompanied by the physical artwork painted by Sofia. As an artist, I have computational creativity in my algorithms, creating original works, Sofia said when asked what inspires her when it comes to art. But my art is created in collaboration with humans in a kind of collective intelligence, like a human artificial intelligence hive mind. Sofia will carry on painting, Hansen said, and the next step in the robot's career could be that of a musician. She is working on several music works in a project called Sofia Pop, where she collaborates with human musicians to generate music and lyrics, he said. We are so excited about Sofia's career as an artist, Hansen said. Next, the executive who steered the transformation of Google's self-driving car project into a separate company worth billions of dollars is stepping down after more than 5 years on the job. John Krafcik announced his departure as CEO of Waymo, a company spun out from Google, in a Friday blog post that cited his desire to enjoy life as the world emerges from the pandemic. I am looking forward to a refresh period, reconnecting with old friends and family and discovering new parts of the world, Krafcik, 59, wrote. Two of Krafcik's top lieutenants will replace him as a co-CEO. Dmitry Dolgov, who has been working on self-driving cars since Waymo began within Google in 2009, will focus on the technology for the autonomous vehicle. Tekedra Maukana, a lawyer who had been Waymo's chief operating officer, will handle the business side of the operation. Krafcik will remain an advisor to Waymo. Next news is piece of SpaceX rocket debris lands at Washington State Farm. A piece of burning rocket debris seen streaking across the Pacific Northwest sky last week crashed on a farm in eastern Washington state, authorities said. After the March 25 event, a farmer discovered a nearly intact piece of rocket in a private field, the Tri-City Herald reported. The approximately 5 feet, that is round about 1.5 meter, composite overwrapped pressure vessel used for storing helium left a nearly 4-inch dent in the ground. Grand Country Sheriff spokesman Kyle Foreman said no one was hurt. The National Weather Service in Seattle has said the widely reported bright objects in the sky on March 25 were remnants of the second stage of the SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket, leaving comet-like trails as they burned up upon re-entry to the Earth's atmosphere. Next and the last piece of news is, quotes, can I still spread the coronavirus after I am vaccinated? It is possible. Experts say the risk is low but are still studying how well the shots blunt the spread of the virus. The current vaccines are highly effective at preventing people from getting seriously sick with COVID-19. But even if vaccinated people do not get sick, they might still get infected without showing any symptoms. Experts think the vaccine would also curb the chances of those people spreading the virus. A vaccinated person controls the virus better, so the chances of transmitting will be greatly reduced, said Dr. Robert Gallo, a virus expert at the University of Maryland School of Medicine. That's about it for today. Thank you. See you in my next news bit.